everyone, what's going on? Joey here, and you guys asked for it, so we're doing it. We are going to reveal who is under the mask of Robo Girl on The Masked Singer. That's right, we only met her for the first time this past Wednesday, well technically the Wednesday before, but we're not going to talk about that. And so we have 1 week of clues, we've got pitch correct audio, and we got a lot of things we're going to do to figure out who is under this mask. Before we get started, please go ahead and subscribe as we're trying to get at least to the next thousands before the end of the year, before the end of the month actually. So before we get started, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. Let's get started. So yes, Robo Girl. She was on fire this past week. I do have to say though, it was weird that Maze got out first. I thought maybe the mermaid was going to get out first, but it is what it is. But did earn her a spot over here to take on who's going to be on next week. Now, we have 1 week of clues, which really isn't a lot to reveal someone, but let's break down what she actually said first. She said, stepping into the spotlight and Andrew Lloyd Webber night feels a little out of my comfort zone. Because for much of my career, I've been in the shadows of superstars, which normally means a backup singer or dancer. From Missy to Pharrell and even David Blaine. So someone maybe who's a backup singer, background dancer, maybe a showgirl. The glow of their talent made it hard for me to recognize my own. I was worried that it would never be my turn. But with 86 cents to my name, I booked a job that will forever change my career. I not only found my pretty little spotlight, but gained the most magical fandom in the world. They've given me a supernatural confidence, and I'm going to need that if I'm going to take on the lead tonight. There were some visual clues when she first walked onto the stage. It said that she liked trolls. That's a bonus clue for you. After that, we saw a Broadway alley that said cats, and Robo Girl in neon. We saw a surfboard. We saw a name tag that said stage name, so someone who maybe goes by a different name for different projects. We saw music notes, which if you can read music, those were 2 B notes. Okay, I have a piano here, I can't really, but 2 B notes. And then we saw honey. Now, that's all the clues we have. It's kind of hard to reveal someone with just those clues. Unless you had the pitch correct audio, which we do. For those who don't know, every single week they give us these clue packages, and in those clue packages, it's the real celebrity speaking. But Fox is smart. They're like, we can't use the real celebrity voice, because if we do, people are going to recognize it. So they take that audio, they slow it down or speed it up, they pitch it down, so it sounds more like an alien or something not human. Well, I'm an executive audio producer in New York City, where it's my job to make audio sound good. And in the case of The Masked Singer in this pitch correct audio, yeah, we're going to pitch correct it so that it actually sounds normal. So I'm going to go ahead and play the original audio that they gave us, and then I'm going to play you my audio. And I promise you, you're going to hear a voice that sounds familiar. Take a listen.
Stepping up into the spotlight and Andrew Lloyd Webber night feels a little out of my comfort zone. Stepping up into the spotlight and Andrew Lloyd Webber night feels a little out of my comfort zone. Because for much of my career, I've lived in the shadows of superstars. From Missy to Pharrell and even David Blaine, the glow of their talent made it hard for me to recognize my own.
Now, come on. I know you know that voice. Because if you're like me, you grew up watching the CW, or I think it was like WB at one point, and so on and so forth. That is Kat Graham. Now, just to prove it to you, we're going to play the pitch correct audio to some audio of her speaking, and then we're going to play her singing, or at least we'll play the Robo Girl singing, and then kind of her singing. So, here you go. Stepping up into the spotlight and Andrew Lloyd Webber night feels a little out of my comfort zone.
There's an error with your booking, and I'm so sorry.
Don't keep your distance. Sometimes I just need time to be doing my thing.
And if that is not enough, we can also go through all of the clues and match them. That's right, I think I have a match for every single clue they gave us in those clue packages and the visual clues. So yeah, the pitch correct audio of her singing and her speaking doesn't fit your fancy. Let's break down the clues. Starting off with the bonus clue. We saw trolls. And you're probably saying to yourself, that's such a weird clue, but it's actually a fantastic clue. Because DreamWorks and Hulu are working on a new Trolls movie, a new series actually called Trollstopia, which is interesting. Now, Kat will be voicing 2 characters, Trolls R and B. You get it, R and B? You get it? And keep in mind, singing there, more singing. So there's a big clue for you right there. Getting into the speaking clues, she said that she has worked with Missy Pharrell and David Blaine. She was a backup dancer for Missy Elliott and Pharrell Williams. So, check mark. Next is David Blaine's a little bit harder. We did find tweets and Instagram photos of her and David Blaine, and she said, our good friends. So maybe at one point, maybe she was a showgirl, you know, one of those that would like help out the musician, I know what you call those, showgirls, right? The magicians on stage and, you know, bring over things or get into the box and so on and so forth. So it kind of checks that one off. Next is the 86 to her name where she got the job. It's actually really funny. For this season, they've made the clues a little bit easier. And for this one, they went ahead and literally took a quote from an article from this past, like, September, which is really odd to me that they would do that. Like, I think they did this interview and then they just Googled it and, like, that week they put it together because in this interview it says, Kat said she only had 86 cents to her name and was sleeping on her mom's floor when she was casted in The Vampire Diaries. And literally what she said is that with 86 cents to my name, I booked a job that will forever change my career. So yeah, that 100% adds up. Next is they give me the supernatural confidence, meaning her fans. Well, Vampire Diaries is a supernatural series. So, boom! Next are the visual clues. We're talking about the Broadway alley with the cats. Her name is Kat. So to have the cats in there, it's kind of fitting. And Robo Girl, I think they just had both on there just to represent that Kat is Robo Girl in neon. So, and it's also kind of a Broadway alley. I was trying to think maybe, was that a clue to something? I don't think she was ever on Broadway. But next was the surfboard, and there's 2 possible answers here. You see, she is from LA, surfing, LA, California coast surfing, kind of works out. But she also won 2 Teen Choice Awards. Now, the award, the actual physical award, isn't a regular handheld one like we have like here. You know, it's not like the Masked Singer one where you're like, hey, here's an award. Instead, it's a surfboard. So, to show a surfboard, put that down over there, to show a surfboard is like, okay, wow, okay. So, California, LA, or she has won Teen Choice Awards. Next of that is stage name. This was interesting because I didn't know this until I Googled it. Because I was like, you know, Kat Graham, you know, what, singing, so on and so forth. But a weird name comes up for her, which is called Turo Gato, which I feel like is that not bullcat? I feel like that translates in Spanish to bullcat, because Gato's cat and Turo's bull. So that is her stage name when she releases new music, which is something I had no clue about. After that were the music notes, the BB. Well, on The Vampire Diaries, she plays Bonnie Bennett. BB. I was actually waiting for a witch clue because I think she's a witch, right? If I remember that correctly. Next was the Honey. Well, she did appear in the movie Honey 2. And that's it, guys. Those are all the clues, the pitch correct audio, pointing this to be Kat Graham. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments section. I always want to see what you guys have to say. A lot of people are saying it's Lady Gaga. I don't really have any clues for that. But I want to thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm Joey. Stay safe. See you later. Bye.